This particular game is incredibly special to me. It was the first PS2 game that I played on my brand new PS2 that my dad lined up outside Best Buy for on Boxing Day. It was a freaking good deal, and I love you, Dad. This bundle was worth lining up for. It came with Gran Turismo 3 H-Spec, ATV Off-Road Fury, and Jak and Daxter. He definitely wanted to play Gran Turismo 3, and for me, I could not wait to hop right into Jak and Daxter. The graphical jump from PS1 to PS2 just blew my mind. Just completely took me aback as I'm splashing around the beaches of the tutorial level. Naughty Dog had already won my love with the Crash games, but this game felt like the next step, the next leap into what the medium can do. Jak and Daxter feels quaint nowadays, but remember that this game has an interconnected world with no warp room and no load screens. Okay, fine, there's a few, but they're very unnoticeable. It's fully 3D, which Naughty Dog had never done before. Even though Jak 2 and 3 went even bigger and better in every single respect, Jak and Daxter will always be my favorite in the series. When it comes to trophy support, it is obvious that it didn't have it until the Jak and Daxter HD Trilogy on the PS3. That collection also made its way to the PlayStation Vita as well, so that's 2 platinum trophies up for grabs. Then, in a strange move, we also got ports of the games for the PS4 when Sony was doing the whole PS2 to PS4 emulated games thing. I think the PS4 version is the worst version of the 3, but it's the most accessible version. Plus they gave us Jak X Combat Racing, so you'll hear no complaining from me. So that's 3 ways to plat Jak 1, and considering how breezy and straightforward this platinum run is, why not get all 3 if you have the hardware? Let's hop through the warp gate and start getting lost in this Precursor world. This is Platinum Hunters, the show where we take a look at everything it takes to get the platinum trophy and whether it's worth the effort to achieve it. I've got plenty and plenty of Naughty Dog games here on the channel already. The Last of Us, Uncharted, even Crash games. Pick one after you're done watching this video and enjoy. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more Trophy God content just like this, because you might just find your next platinum trophy. Following the trend of most 3D platformers, Jak and Daxter's trophy run is pretty standard and simple. Beat the game to the end of the story, and collect 100% of the collectibles. This trophy run doesn't have much fluff to it, and the extra trophies that are in it all involve power cells, which is one of the collectibles you have to get anyways. With free reign to roam the lands, nothing is missable, except for 2 trophies on the Vita version of the game, and we'll get into why that is later in the guide. There's not much else to say in this pretty straightforward roadmap, so I'll end by saying I have more helpful guides in the description below to assist you. Okay, now we can touch virtual grass in this adventure, and we'll start this trophy guide by covering the 10 unmissable story trophies you'll collect by making it to the final boss fight. The amount of freedom in this game was something my young mind was not ready for back in the day. You can complete the levels in any order you like, and the only thing that acts as a progression gate is how many power cells you have. You need 20 to go through the fire canyon to the second sage's hut, 45 for the chance to fight Claw, which is a great boss fight, and then 72 power cells to travel through the lava tube and onward to the final act of the game. After the story is done, you can go back and pick up all the things you've missed. The game has a bunch of things to find for 100% completion, all based around these 3 collectible types. First one is the almighty power cell, which Jak and Daxter always celebrate collecting. And you have these 3 trophies on screen now to celebrate if you can gather a total of 101 of them. Every level has a set number of them to collect, whether they are just sitting in a hard to reach place, or whether you have to buy them from the village locals, or even if you have to complete an activity or challenge to unlock one. For this plat, you need to go all the way and get that 101st power cell, even though 100 power cells are good enough to unlock the final ending. I have a guide down below that shows you how to collect all of these power cells and all the other collectibles we are about to cover. For every single level, one of the power cells will only appear if you recover the 7 scalp flies stuck in these metal crates. These scalp flies have their own trophies on screen now, and the game has a total of 112 of them. All you have to do is dive attack the crate to break it open. Each crate is not too hard to find if you're scanning every new area you visit. Pop open your 7th one to get a shiny power cell. The last collectible type is the Precursor Orbs, which pretty much acts like currency in this game. We have another 3 trophies on screen now, and you essentially have to find all 2,000 of these bronze eggs. These things are literally everywhere, and every level has a set amount of them. You'll need 90 of them at a time for each power cell you trade with the locals. Then there are the Oracle statues that have 2 power cells to give, but for a steeper price of 120 Precursor Orbs. So this is everything you need to know about these 3 collectible types, and now you're ready to go out and fetch them. Just use the guide if you get stuck, and these 9 trophies are pretty much boiling down to 100%ing the game. All the rest of the trophies we have left to cover are all found in the environment or levels if we really want to get video gamey about this. Plus, they all net you a power cell, so you have to do them anyways, and this is actually all really helpful information. We're just looking at the ones that are considered optional and not required to progress the story. Almost every quote-unquote level has at least one, so it will be fun to reminisce about these places and talk about these trophies. There is no better place to start than the iconic Sandover village, where you start your adventure after doing the tutorial. This location got its own stage in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, so you know it's a fan favorite place. Well, deeper into the village, you will visit a shepherd of yak cows. Part yak, part cow. Not him, but the beasts. And for the trophy, yeehaw! You'll have to find all his yak cows and herd them back into their pen. They are all very close by. I mean, just turn around and you can probably see them all chilling near the water and around the rocks. You move them by standing behind them and moving in the direction you want them to go. When they act up, just give them a spin kick and that'll fix them. Once you get all of them back in the pen, you'll get not just the trophy but a power cell too. The next area that many players go to is Sentinel Beach because they are practically telling you to go there. But I always go to the Forbidden Forest before I go there, mainly so you can unlock the blue eco vents. And in the Forbidden Forest, we have 3 trophies to collect anyways, so trust me, this is the most optimum route to go. You can get the Shiny Happy Sheeples trophy after you work on connecting the eco beams to get the mare's windmill going. First, break the mirror that's deflecting the eco beam near the front entrance of the temple. Then all you have to do is visit each mirror tower and redirect the beam to the next one. Just look up if you need a hint as to where the next one will be. The last one will be the windmill, and then that bozo mare owes you a power cell and a trophy. Both of the trophy guides that I consulted said this particular trophy that we're about to talk about right now is an unmissable story trophy. But I tested this and found that you can just completely skip this section, which actually contains the first boss fight. I beat the second boss before I beat the first boss. So that means we will cover this trophy here, and it's called Black Thumb. It's awarded to you for defeating the supposed first boss, which is this dark eco plant. You'll first have to enter the temple and make your way through it from top to bottom. Then just beat the very easy boss fight to get the trophy. Pro tip, don't forget to jump on his head to unveil some Precursor Orbs. This is a very sneaky place to hide some of these, so I'm happy I get to talk about this trophy and reveal the secret spot to you. The last trophy in this area is received from a fun fishing minigame. Yay, fishing. Everyone's favorite. The trophy is called Hand Over Fish, and in this minigame you have to catch 200 pounds of fish. The green ones are worth 1 pound, and the yellow ones are worth 5 pounds. But if you miss 20 pounds of fish, you will lose all fishing credibility and have to start over. Oh, and if you catch just 1 eel, you lose 2. It spoils the whole catch. This fisherman is picky even though he can't do it himself. The minigame will start off slow, and the flow of fish gets faster and faster, so hang on until you get 200 pounds of fish, and then victory is yours. Now, one thing to note if you're playing the Vita version of the game, you must use the touch controls at least once to get the trophy for some strange reason. If you don't and you complete the game the way we have always done it for the other versions, you will completely miss the trophy. Yeah, what the heck? It's straight up missable for this dumb reason. This goes double for the Hungry trophy, which we will mention later when we get to that part of the guide. Just tap the screen a few times to make sure you get the trophy at the end. So stupid. I don't know why they did it like this. Okay, now we can head to Sentinel Beach, and you will find it easier to clear this area of all its power cells and precursor orbs because the blue eco vents are working. 2 of those set power cell activities have trophies dedicated to them, and funny enough, they are both bird related. First, we got the Gimme That trophy for stealing a power cell away from this pelican. He will perch himself on a little nest surrounded by water, and once you give him a smack, he'll launch the power cell to a nearby spot. Then you'll have to race him there and get the power cell first, because he can fly and you can't, so you gotta haul ass. But like most of these trophies, this one is pretty easy and you can try it again if the pelican gets there first. Near where that power cell landed is another trophy opportunity. The other trophy to get on Sentinel Beach is called Eggs Over Hard, and what you have to do is push a flut egg off of this cliffside here and make it land in the nest below. Trust me, this nest will hold it, it'll be fine, you don't have to worry. The way to get up to the egg is beside the green eco vents, so follow that path and then knock the egg down. Out comes the cute flut and you get a power cell and the trophy from the bird lady. Make sure you do this early because there's 2 other parts of the game where you do get to ride the flut and it's awesome. Ah, Misty Island, the place where things went to shit, especially for Daxter. So of course we're going back there. We wouldn't be brave heroes if we didn't. We especially need to go there for the Pop Goes the Lurker trophy. There's a part of the level where you can hop on the zoomer and chase a bunch of flying balloon lurkers. A total of 5 to be exact. Now at first I thought these guys aren't bothering nobody. They're just going along their intended paths, just going back and forth, just going along. But then I remembered, oh yeah, they're carrying freaking bombs, so time to take them out. After hitting the 5th one, that will pop the power cell out of it. Here's another trophy that some trophy guides label as story, but putting it to the test revealed otherwise. This is the Tonight's Featured Event trophy, where you have to return to the place where Daxter became furry and take on an ambush of lurkers. You have the standard purple ones, and then the ones that look like a fusion of Blastoise and Marowak. After all these years, I still can't unsee that. It's Blastoise with a skull head. You just have to throw around these baddies and then you'll get the power cell after you defeat them all. The Precursor Basin is the place with the most trophies in it, and it's also one of the most fun places thanks to it being a zoomer level. And it's also not a zoomer level with a linear path, so you can slow down and explore it, take in the scenery so to speak. Although when it comes to these pesky lurkers, you have to go fast and chase them down for the Catch as Catch Can trophy. There are 3 more flying lurkers roaming around again, just minding their own business honestly, but now it's your business to chase them down and run them over with your zoomer. That's how you get another power cell and another trophy. While chasing them, you'll notice a part of the basin where there's a bunch of infected plants, and here's an opportunity for another trophy. The trophy is called Green Thumb, and you have to cure all these plants infected with Dark Eco by driving into the Green Eco vent and then driving through the purple plants to weed whack them. The problem is these plants come back hella quick, and you have to keep cruising through them equipped with Green Eco till they're all gone. You can't leave one purple plant alive or no power cell and no trophy. Time to test your flying skills with this next trophy. Purple Pain is the name, and now you have to fly through an obstacle course of purple rings. Once you fly through the first one, the next one will appear close by, and you have to go from ring to ring till the end where you get the power cell. However, each ring will only appear for a short time, so you have to book it to the next one before it disappears. If you miss it, you'll have to find the very first ring and try it again. Pain is a bit of an exaggeration, but you'll probably mess up the first time you try. Now for the I Got the Blues trophy, do it again. Except this time, you'll have to fly through all the blue rings. The first blue ring will only appear after you complete the purple ring course, so you have to complete that first. I don't think this trophy is super hard to do either, but it has a step up in difficulty compared to the purple ring course. A lot more twists and turns, more Hail Mary jumps, and the timing is a bit more strict. And then the last trophy you need in the Precursor Basin is the Speedy Fast trophy for beating the record time on the Zoomer course. You have to talk to the guy in the barrel pants to gain access to the course, and he'll cough up the power cell when you beat the best time. The course is located in this spot under the cliff, and it will take you through a winding course with a few shortcuts to take advantage of. Hit the blue eco and you will get a nice boost. It's not hard to beat this time, even if you miss a bunch of blue eco anyways, so as long as you don't crash, you'll be fine for this trophy. The Boggy Swamp is another cool level, but it's always bothered me a bit. This place is so dreary, and I can understand why only one guy lives here. This guy right here. We have another minigame to beat, and the trophy is called Hungry? Now we have unlimited yellow eco and a shooting gallery, all to protect the snacks of this guy's pet Farthy. Aim and shoot is the game, and I just spam shots to ensure the job gets done easier. This is another missable trophy only on the Vita version because of how the touch controls need to be used to get the trophy. So make sure you just tap it once or twice and then you can go back to the regular controls the way normal sane people would play this. Throughout the level, work on getting the Led Zeppelin trophy by breaking all 4 rocks that tether the Zeppelin from floating away. You'll need yellow eco to break the rock, which is just literally a couple steps away usually. It's never hard to find, and the 4 rocks are scattered around the level. Fret this trophy not, because by the time you loop back to the beginning of the level, you will definitely have passed all 4 tethers, so there's absolutely nothing to worry about here. Plus you get 4 power cells out of it, so blessed. There's one more trophy to get after you use one of the many blue eco jump pads. That trophy is called Twist and Shout, and when you use this particular jump pad, you'll be ambushed by a swarm of lurkers who've been anticipating your arrival. The trophy is yours after you survive the ambush and have dropped some lurker cheeks to the ground. Sadly, there are no trophies found inside my fave level, which is the Lost Precursor City, but you'll need to go down there anyways for all its goodies. So that's a pro tip from me. Another pro tip? You should hit the like button before the video finishes. You don't get a trophy for it, but you get my undying gratitude, which is probably just a tier under getting a trophy in terms of how good it makes you feel. Now we have reached the 3rd main area and we are diving right into the spider caves to get the one trophy called Kerblam. This trophy is for finding and destroying 5 dark eco crystals scattered around the level. These volatile dark eco crystals just need one tap and it will turn into the TNTs from Crash Bandicoot. You obviously want to get out of the way then and find the other 4. I have a guide dedicated to just this trophy in the description so you can follow along. One of them is found in the dark cave with the lighted crystals, and another is beside the big Precursor robot. This level actually has some pretty iconic parts to it, and thankfully the levels are not huge, making finding these crystals pretty achievable. The Snowy Mountain level is our last place to look for trophies in this Platinum Hunters episode, but for the actual trophy run, you'll be journeying way past this point to take down Gaul and Maya and get 100% of the collectibles. But in this snowy, lurker-filled hellhole, we have 2 more trophies to collect. First, we will travel inside the cave infested with lurkers to get the "It's Dark in Here" trophy. This is the cave where there's a bunch of these annoying little bunny lurkers or whatever they are hopping around. Grab that red eco and start handing out some spin kicks till you make it to the end of the cave and get the power cell. The red eco makes it easier to hit these things and get them out of the way. You'll also need red eco for the last trophy of the guide, as now we're handing troops of lurkers their asses. Here we go. We got the "It's Cold Out Here" trophy, and you have to travel to 3 different places in the level to stop 3 lurker glacier troops. Each troop will have a bunch of lurker grunts, that's the easy part, and then a big armored lurker who can't be harmed with regular attacks. That's the harder part. You need to be charged with red eco to even put a dent in him, so grab some red eco and take care of these ass drilling ice holes. And just like that, with the last trophy covered, our dynamic duo have saved the day. For now. I mean, if you know anything about this series, shit will hit the fan big time. But if you've zoomed across many lands, saved all the sages including the grumpy ass green one, beat down a bunch of lurkers, celebrated getting a power cell many times, and collected all the trophies, congratulations! You will be awarded the Top of the Heap Platinum Trophy for Jak and Daxter HD. Overall, this is a buttery smooth platinum to collect. It's kinda typical for platformer, collectathon type games like this, but you get to see everything you need to see on your way to 100%. You beat the story, and then get all the collectibles. That's all you have to do. You can go back to levels even after you beat the game, and nothing is missable, except of course for the PS Vita version. Touch controls? Seriously? That's a stupid reason to miss out of these trophies. But otherwise, this is an enjoyable plat from top to bottom. This is only part 1 of a trilogy of games, and everything about the series becomes a lot more difficult. You have Jak 2 and Jak 3 trophy guides to look forward to, plus Jak X Combat Racing. Plus, with PS Premium, there is now an opportunity for Sony to release both Daxter and Jak and Daxter The Lost Frontier with trophy support, which are PSP games. I really hope they can do it. The dynamic duo is here to stay on this channel, and I have a lot of love for this series. But I have to ask, yo, Naughty Dog, when are you gonna make Uncarded and The Fast of Us? You guys made one of the best car racing games of all time, so why not continue that legacy? They just aren't as fun as they used to be. Damn. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're slowly bringing the whole family of PlayStation mascots to the channel. Sly's here, Ratchet's here now, Jack's here now. We got Ape Escape on the channel too. We're bringing everybody that we know and love from back in the day. And being a platformer guy myself, of course, I'm always up for another one. So definitely you want to stick around if you like platforming games, especially the ones of yesteryear. And thank you guys for watching. I hope all your trophy hunting expeditions go incredibly well. Celebrate them like Jak and Daxter do every time. And peace out.